For that, I'll take a wrap, as they say, to the game. All right. I'm supposed to go to San Francisco to see my granddaughter, Teddy, on Thanksgiving. Haven't booked anything yet. Have I blown it already?
I don't know. Let's ask Jennifer Donchez. A lot of us, let's face it, Jen, we haven't booked our travel yet, so.
We're procrastinators, aren't we?
I'm hoping that it goes down.
Is it too late?
It's not too late. We talked about doing a fare alert a couple of weeks ago on a few of those websites. You know, there is an interesting trend, though. They have been, for the longest time, making sure that you have to do a round-trip fare on the same carrier. Remember, you need a Saturday night stay and forget it. Well, right now, I would say number one tip is start looking at 2 different airlines and looking at one way each way. Because there's a lot of
Wait a minute, say that again.
So 2 different airlines. So let's say you're going out to San Francisco and you want to fly round trip. It could be very expensive. Look at Southwest going one way and maybe US Air coming in another.
Really? The one-ways used to always be so much more expensive.
But the low-fare carriers right now don't require a round trip. And I'll tell you another secret. If you're going to fly back, sometimes a round trip is better, but don't do the return. So if it's a cheap one, because now you're coming back after the holidays, you do like a dummy return flight and you drop it.
Never get on it.
Never get on it. You can't do it going out.
Ooh.
You cannot do it going out because it'll be a no-show and they'll
cancel the whole thing.
Right. But I'm finding that going out on the one-way cheap fare carriers are very, very inexpensive. It's coming back those popular days after Thanksgiving and after Christmas that can be very, very expensive. The other thing is look for connecting flights. I know everybody in the Northeast likes to fly nonstop. I know. But sometimes the connecting flight, if you take away that little, search feature that says nonstop only, you might find it drops down a lot.
It does.
Really? And just when you're going to the West Coast, for example, like for Mike, I mean, who wants to get off?
He doesn't like to fly anyway. Just give yourself a long period of time in between the connections because remember the storms last year? Horrible.
That's right.
And then the last one is there's this 24-hour rule. I say if you find a fare, buy it. It's usually the person who hesitates is the one who's like, I should have got it last week.
Story of my life.
Right. But there's a 24-hour rule, and that is for a lot of the carriers that you can cancel within 24 hours if you feel like, I paid too much.
I didn't know that.
Except for American. Watch out. American, after 5 minutes after you buy it, even if you've made a mistake, they won't give you your money back. But what American does do is they let you hold it for 24 hours.
Oh, you can still hold?
On American Airlines, yes. So they don't let you get a return at all. No, you can't. I've tried. Trust me. But they will let you hold it, and that's their reasoning, is that you can hold it for 24 hours.
Well, I have to tell you, I didn't know about the one-way deal. Yeah. I always, if I go to Expedia or whatever I do, I didn't know that there was an option.
But if you go to airlines like JetBlue and stuff like that, they lay it out for you.
Each way. Each way.
It's always each way. You got to buy both of them to get your round trip.
Right. So JetBlue, AirTran, Southwest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Kudos to you. Good luck to you if you're traveling. You want to go from one gin to another?
You smell good, by the way.
Thank you.
Would you behave yourself just for
that's
once?
a compliment. Here's
Gin.
the other gem.